Are the WiMo X-Quad satellite antennas a cheaper option for working the amateur radio satellites? We'll take a look. So I bought this antenna pair in the United States, and I checked around for prices, and I looked, and it is carried by one of the major ham radio outlets here in the United States, but it was fairly expensive, almost the same price as the M2 Leo pair of antennas. But I looked on the WiMo site in Germany and found that it was quite a bit cheaper. And even when you put all the parts together, including the phasing harnesses and shipping, it was still cheaper than buying it here in the US. But let's put it together and take a look at actually how it performs, because construction, quality control, and performance are key factors when you're looking at something, an investment like this. So I'm not going to do an unboxing video, but let me quickly show you what comes in the box. These are the two halves of the driven element for the 2-meter cross-X satellite antenna. If you look, the two parts actually form one big square, so it's almost like a quad antenna, but a very interesting configuration. And then you get the reflector and the driven elements are packed up here, and they have a unique way of attaching to the boom, but we'll take a look at that as we assemble it. You get the boom. This is for the 2 meters, and then for the UHF, here's the beam. The driven element is already assembled for the 70 centimeter side, for the 70 centimeter antenna. And there's the elements, the reflector, and the director antennas. And then for both of them, you have the phasing harnesses to connect the two halves of the cross-X antenna to give you a good 50 ohm match at the feed point. And then for each one, you also get, of course, your package of assembly hardware. So the first thing we do is we're combining the two halves of the boom together with it's got these little plates here that fit over the top of it, and then you simply put in these M6 by 35 bolts, flat washer and a lock washer, and then there is a nylock nut. At least it looks like a nylock, not a nylon type lock nut. And then there you go, fairly tight, secure, and rigid. And so the driven element slides into place. There's two holes on the boom that match up here, but you have to be careful. There is a little screw hole here you use a self-tapping screw to secure the boom element here to the top. And so make sure that's oriented properly. And you want to make sure that the two connectors, the end connectors, are facing to the rear. For the 70 centimeter antenna, there's only two size elements here. There's the longer reflector element, and then all of the director elements are the same length. So it's kind of an ingenious way to create the X elements, cross elements of the two halves of the Yagi. There's two of these, and they butt up against each other, and together they make an X. And then they have these little caps that fit on the boom, and the screw goes right through the hole, and these caps hold these elements in place. So you see the half here, there's the cap here that holds that in place. It fits onto the boom fairly snugly. and then the 1/2 of the cross element fits right into that groove, and then it bolts on. And we do the same on the other side. And so that's the fully installed reflector element. And then the director elements go on the same way. That's it. There she is. And actually it's very solid. It's more solid than I was expecting. The elements, I'm not worried about bending the elements. The boom is very stable. There's no flex in it. It's just really solid. It's nice. So I'm not going to go through the whole process for the 2-meter antenna other than the driven element, because this one is a little bit different than the 70 centimeter antenna. But otherwise, the 2-meter antenna goes together the same way. The boom connects, it's got the same coupling. And the only other difference is there's 3 size elements for this antenna, for the 2-meter antenna. Of course, the reflector is the largest, but then there's 2 sizes of director elements. A screw pilot hole here for a self-tapping screw. And again, you want to make sure that the end connectors are facing to the rear, and then slide it into place. And then the other half of the driven element rests on top. Well, here's the 2-meter element, and as I mentioned, the setup is pretty much the same as with the 70 centimeter antenna, except for the driven element here. Because it's in 2 parts, it's a little bit more to set up, a little bit more to screw together and configure. Other than that, it's basically the same as putting together the 440, just bigger. So if you're getting anything out of this video, don't send anything to Patreon, don't buy me a cup of coffee, don't visit a GoFundMe page, just subscribe and click the like button. CQ satellite, this is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot. The Alpha X-Ray Delta, this is 4I1 QKF. Could you give me your call sign again, over?
This is Japan Kilo 6, Delta X-Ray Delta, Japan Kilo 6, Delta X-Ray Delta, 59, over.
Roger, Roger, Japan Kilo 6, Delta X-Ray Delta. This is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot, you're 5-9 into Batangas, Philippines. And I believe we worked before. Thanks very much for the contact. 73. CQ satellite, this is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot. QRZ, this is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot. Roger, Japan X-Ray 1 Victor Delta Juliet, this is 4I1 QKF, you're 5-9 into Batangas, Philippines, over.
Okay, this is Japan America 1 Juliet Alpha 1 Victor Delta Juliet, you're also 5-9, okay, go ahead.
Roger, Roger, got it corrected. Japan Alpha 1 Victor Delta Juliet. Yeah, 5-9, solid copy, solid signal into Batangas, Philippines, over.
Okay, yes, thank you very much. 73, bye-bye, this is J1 Victor Delta Juliet 73.
Roger, Roger, JA1 Victor Delta Juliet 4I1 QKF 73.
73, bye-bye.
CQ Satellite, this is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot.
Juliet to Nancy 1 Victor X-Ray Lima.
I got Japan November 1. If you can give me the rest of the call sign, this is 4I1 QKF. Over.
Juliet November 1 Victor X-Ray Lima. Juliet November 1 Victor X-Ray Lima. You are fine, thank you.
Roger, Roger. Japan November 1 Victor X-Ray Lima 4 India 1 QKF. You're also 59 into Batangas, Philippines. Over.
Thank you very much, nice contact, 73.
Roger, Roger. 73. Yankee Foxtrot 8, Yankee Oscar. This is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot. Roger, Roger, you're 59 Batangas, Philippines. Yankee Foxtrot 8, Yankee Oscar. This is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot 73.
Thank you. Juliet Romeo 6 Delta India.
Juliet Romeo 6 Delta India. This is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot 59 in Batangas, Philippines.
4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot Juliet Romeo 6 Delta India. Yoshua 59 in Okinawa. Thank you.
73.
73. Juliet Romeo 6 Romeo Mike Kilo. You're 59.
Juliet Romeo 6 Juliet Romeo Kilo. This is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot. You're 59 in Batangas, Philippines.
4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot Juliet Romeo 6 Romeo Mike Kilo. Good evening. You're also 59. Thank you so much.
Roger, Roger. JR6 Romeo Mike Kilo 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot. Thanks for the contact. 73.
Thank you so much. 73.
4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot.
4 India 1 Kilo Quebec Foxtrot Delta Yankee 7 Mike Oscar November 59.
Delta Yankee 7 Mike Oscar November. This is 4 India 1 Quebec Kilo Foxtrot. You're 59 into Batangas, Philippines. QSOs.
QSL, my friend, you are 59 here in Metro Cebu. Good morning, 73.
Roger, Roger. Thanks very much for the contact. 73.
Yes. So when I bought these antennas, I was curious about the performance because they don't conform strictly to Yagi dimensions, to Yagi formulas. The distances between the directed elements are all the same. The directed elements, the lengths of the directed elements are all the same. And it's very similar for the 2-meter antenna. But nonetheless, the specs seem to bear out that they're good performing antennas. The 70 centimeter antenna has 12.8 decibels of gain, and the 2-meter antenna has 10.5 decibels of gain, which is respectable. And as we've seen in the clips of this video, it's done everything that I've wanted it to do. So in my book, great antennas, and I'm going to put them up, and they're going to be my permanent installation here in the Philippines. Well, thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you got something out of it. I want to wish you best 73, and as always, stay tuned.